The Chinese have liaison officers. You'll never see them on TV in immigration customs enforcement jails. You'll never see them in dog cages. You'll never see the Arabs in dog cages. You'll never see them snatching their babies and telling their women to drink from the toilet in INS detention centers.
What it really says, because guess what? The people you've been learning the Bible from, they've been lying to you.
That's a very important lesson to learn. The Christian church has destroyed our people in such a way that our people believe that everyone is supposed to be together and we are all the same. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. You got a question, sis? You understand? No sweat. Let me ask you a question up here. Here's the problem. Aggression is very necessary. Every other nation of people, they are so aggressive that China is a communist country getting ready to go to war with America, but they still have a Chinatown in every major city across this country because the Chinese are aggressive. America went to war against the Afghans for 20 years. They blew people up, hunted servicemen, beheaded people, hung people from bridges, and America respects the Afghan and imported hundreds of thousands of them into the United States, and they feeding them with your tax dollars. You know who's not aggressive? Cowardly, soft civil rights leaders. They not aggressive. That's why they take taxes out of your check and you don't get representation in America. The Chinese have liaison officers. You'll never see them on TV in immigration customs enforcement jails. You'll never see them in dog cages. You'll never see the Arabs in dog cages. You'll never see them snatching their babies and telling their women to drink from the toilet in INS detention centers. You know why you see that with us? Because Black, Latino, and Native American leaders are not aggressive. They are too soft. You know why R. Kelly was able to SA children for decades since the 90s? Because their fathers were soft. That's how you molest children. You don't have a daddy that would break your goddamn neck for molesting my daughter, my niece, my mother, my sister. That's what happens when you're not aggressive. God put a spirit that is inside of a black man that every religion on this earth wants to take out of you. God put a spirit. You understand? Give me Exodus chapter 15 and verse 3. The God of this Bible is not the God for all people. We are the only people that have to stop serving another nation of people's gods. That has made us weak. It has made us think that the Arabs are our family, and we become Muslims and unalive each other and sell drugs to each other. It has made us think that the oppressor is our family, and we became Christians and Democrat and Republican and aborted our babies and threw our sisters away and unalived each other and formed gangs and destroyed our cities. You know why? Because our leaders were traitors and they weren't aggressive about the right things.
That's right.
In the ISUPK, under Commander General Yohana, we are the only men on this planet for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that have the proper and correct amount of aggression that God said we're supposed to have. Give me Exodus 15 and 3.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 15 verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The God of the Bible is what?
A man of war.
Is what?
A man of war.
Black man, your God is a man of war. You know what war is, black man? Everybody is waging war on your people. They stole your music. They stole your inventions. They removed your history out of the textbooks. Slavery is gone. The transatlantic slave trade is gone. They stole your king. You see this white image of Caesar Borgia? The world thinks that this is Jesus Christ. Do you know why? Because the Christian leaders are too soft to stand for the God of the Bible. They're too weak to serve Christ. That's why your grandma prayed to a white Jesus. And that's also why she prayed to a white Jesus sitting in the courtroom while you get 20 years in prison.
Right.
You can't be soft and serve God. It takes aggression. God is a man of war. You want to know why Cassie stayed with Diddy for 10 years, getting beat and pissed on and sex trafficked? Because there wasn't no strong father to take care of that sister. It wasn't no aggression in the community to let Diddy know that you can't beat and abuse our sisters. Right. That you can't prostitute our daughters. You know what they had? People throwing up the peace sign. People saying, don't be aggressive. People singing and shucking and jiving. That's what we had. And you know what that got us? That got Cassie getting beat down the damn hallway for 10 years. You understand? It takes aggression to make our people safe. You cannot be weak and be safe. Read what God said.
The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
God said he's a man of war. How can you serve God if you're not a man of war? The Christian church taught our people that singing and beating tambourines and dancing and jumping up and down is how you serve God. God gave rules in the Bible about how we're supposed to live. And you can't follow those rules without aggression. You understand? Everybody. The Lord said, my people have become a prey to the dragons of the field. Everybody preying on us. Our weak, cowardly black leaders let black people get beat and water hoses sipped on them and German shepherds all throughout the civil rights movement. Right. And guess what happened once the civil rights bill got passed? The Chinese got a city in the middle of your black community. They got carryouts at the corner. All the black businesses failed. You know why? Because your aggression was gone. You sung your aggression out of you. You whined and lit candles and marched and held hands and let a man bust your head open and emasculate you. And they went and told your woman she didn't have to respect you. That's what the preachers did. That's why she talked back to you while you're talking. That's why she raised her voice over the top of you. The African women don't do that. The Ethiopian women don't do that. The Arab women don't do that. The East Indian women don't do that. The Korean women don't do that. Why doesn't your woman respect you? Black man who's a Muslim, black man who's a Christian. We're not talking about domestic violence. We're talking about why don't the women of your race respect you? Because your religion's made us soft. It made us drug addicts. It made us have uncontrollable lust that you can't control where you stick your penis. Because that's the white man's culture. Right. Because that's the Arab's culture. Because that's the East Indians' culture. We ain't figured it out yet. Everybody else has weakened us from our natural state. That's why you run the fastest, you jump the highest, you punch the hardest. They steal your music. They take your whole soul to build their empire. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6 real quick. Brotherhood. That's why we got to have brotherhood with one another. You can't have brotherhood without being aggressive, because you'll have other families of people that come to steal from you. If somebody robbed your little brother and took his shoes, what would you do, black man? What are you going to do? They rob your little brother. They snatch your mother's purse and run off with it. What you going to do? You going to sing to them? You going to hold their hand? You going to invite them to church with you on Sunday? Not if you love your little brother. Not if you love your family. Right. Not if you love the God of the Bible. You can't be weak in love. Love has requirements. Read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
God said we are a holy people, a separate people.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. The God of this Bible is not the God for all the other nations of people. Every other race of people make a religion that has a God to make their people strong. We're the only race of people fighting for somebody else's God and their religion, in their language, with their culture. Dressing like an African, dressing like an Arab, dreadlocks from the East Indians all in our damn head, lines cut all in our head like a goddamn Egyptian. Everything we do is another nation of people's culture. You got to come back to your culture, black man. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
God said we were a special people. You understand? That's why they hunting us. Keep going.
Above all people.
God said we are where?
Above all people.
God said we are above all people
upon the face of the earth.
On the whole planet. That's what it says. Thank you. Imagine if you were the world champion. You would have to fight to keep your title. God gave us the tools to fight to keep his title because we are his chosen people.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel.
And also, please go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one